All right, so my name is Matthew Ray, and over the course of the 2021 Capstone Computing class, myself and Noah Shaw, Tim Bowman, Justin Hill, and Andrew Nugent have been developing our web app known as WorkHuntr. So WorkHuntr is a website that aids users in their job search or their search for help on different projects. Each user is split into one of two categories, either a hunter, who is someone that is looking to be hired, or a huntee, or someone who is looking for assistance on a project. And the goal of WorkHuntr is to create an easy to use place where potential employers and employees have quick access to one another in one centralized location. So why WorkHuntr? Well, we're trying to solve this issue where there is a lack of places where programmers specifically can buy or sell freelance work for projects of any size. We went out to create that one centralized hub where employers and employees can quickly and easily communicate with one another in order to complete a project. We know that there are applications or websites such as Fiverr out there that also deal with freelance work. So that's why we decided to implement several features that make WorkHunter stand out from the rest. And these features include things such as transparency on the progress of each project, a focus on the ability to communicate with all other users of WorkHunter, not just the ones that you are connected to via job, and a design that keeps all of them in one centralized location. With WorkHunter, we wanted that connection to be more. It can be intimidating giving money to people and that you don't know in hopes that they complete a job for you. So we try to give our users the option of communicating with all other users, hunters or huntees, in order to allow them to connect before, during, and even after the job is finished. Our users should be able to build connections with one another and contacts and have a source of recommendations coming from these previous employers and employees. So for more on how we developed WorkHunter, we can move on to Angel to go over to some of our technology that we use for development. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Angel Wing, and I'll be talking about the technology we use to develop the website. I have divided the technologies into four categories: communication, framework, design, and testing. First, communication. We use GitHub and Discord as our main source of communication. GitHub is a great resource for us to collaborate seamlessly with each other on our code from anywhere. The benefits of GitHub is the versions control system and how well they deal with any conflict that will compromise the project. We also chose Discord as it's simple and familiar to us to use. Some benefits is that we can set secure voice servers to host our meetings, share our content, and overall just communicate. Second is framework. We use Django as it is a Python-based framework. We chose this framework as it has numerous beneficial built-in features. For instance, it implements a lot of security measures. It helps us avoid issues like clickjacking, cross-set scripting, and SQL's injections. In addition, Django is a well-established and is one of the most used framework for web development as it has numerous forums, channels, websites that provides helpful tips to problems that we may encounter during development. Third is design. HTML, CSS, JavaScript were used. HTML and CSS works hand in hand into the overall design of how our website looked, whereas JavaScript is used to customize our web page interactions. Lastly, testing. We chose Selenium as it is practically universal, with its supports to all major coding language, multiple browser supports, operation system supports, and it's just automated testing abilities.
Hello, my name is Timothy Bowman. As a continuation of the various technologies we used throughout this project, I'm going to be discussing many of the deployment technologies we used, as well as some of the technologies that we attempted to use, but in the end just didn't quite work out for our service. Starting off with database engines, we initially used a service called SQLite, which is a full-service database engine that is used by default with new Django products or projects. As a result, we kind of stuck with it just to get a project going, and it worked all the way up through our beta release when we had to change to Postgre for a reason I'll discuss here in just a minute. As far as hosting our service, we initially landed on AWS as our go-to service, and we used a service named Lightsail. It was cheap, easy and was described as being easy just to get going. While this is mostly true, there are many things that we added onto our service over time didn't quite work so well with AWS, and it took us quite a bit of work to work around. Finally, after adding two-factor authentication service to our application, finding out that AWS doesn't support application email services outside of its platform, we decided to make a switch to a new deployment service. After some searching, we landed on Heroku as a well-reviewed and documented Django deployment service. It holds many advantages over Lightsail, including automatic deployment from GitHub and being free, which is an important one. However, it did require one additional change to our service. Heroku supports PostgreSQL, as I stated earlier, and not SQLite. We finally modified our code and abandoned SQLite. Luckily, the switch was fairly simple, and there are plenty of online guides to make this process pretty straightforward. One of the last major tools we used for deployment, or we attempted to use, was SSL and setting up a custom domain. Neither Lightsail nor Heroku ever followed up on verifying ownership of our custom domain, and so we defaulted to using the Heroku default URL.
Hi, my name is Noah Shaw, and I'm one of the developers on WorkHuntr. Today I'm going to show you the user system and the messaging system. On the left-hand side, we are logged into the account Noah Shaw 11, who is a Huntee. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to log into John Smith, which is an account I've already created. If the user has not created an account, they can click Create Account, fill out all of their information, choose the account type that they want, and press Sign Up. And once they do that, they will be brought to the login screen. And then here they can input the username and the password that they use to create the account and log in. Now a two-factor authentication code is going to be sent to the email that was used to create the account to verify that it is the correct user, it is their account. So if we go to that email, we see that we got the code. It is 03372. 03372. Verify. And we're in. So now, since this is the new account, let's add some things to the profile. So if we go to the profile, we see that we are logged in John Smith. If we click Edit Profile and go to Profile Picture, we can change the profile picture. So let's change it to a picture of John. Okay. And let's also add a resume, a sample resume of his. All right. And let's say he also has a GitHub profile. We'll use mine. And we want to keep his privacy setting to public so other Huntee accounts can look for him and see if they like his skills. Update. And we see that the profile picture, the resume, and a link to his work samples has been added. All right, let's go a little bit further and add some skills in work history. So let's add let's go to Edit, add skill, and let's add C++. Let's add that he's skilled in optimization. And let's say that he is skilled in Django. Why not? Let's add a history. Let's say he worked at Raytheon and for a month from January 1st to February 1st of 2021. And let's just say he was a generic software developer intern. And submit. Now if we navigate back to his profile, we can see that if we click under skills and work histories, we see what we just added. Alright, now if we switch back to Noah Shaw 11, who is a Huntee, one that is looking for work on their project, let's say we hear about John Smith. So let's look at John Smith's profile. Okay, so we see his profile. Alright, let's see. Skills, C++ optimization. This is perfect because if we go back to the listings for Noah Shaw 11, we see that we're looking for a developer for C++ optimization research. All right, let's message John Smith and see if he would apply to our listing. Okay, so we navigate back to his profile and click message. And let's send him a message. Hi, John. I noticed that you are skilled in C++ optimization. Can you apply to my listing? And send. Alright, so we send him a message. And now if we go to the messages here, we see that we have the message. And then we notice that we have an alert. So if we click it, Let's see. Oh, hi, John. Notice that your skill in C++ optimization. Can you apply to my listing? Sure. All right. So now let's go to the listings tab and claim this listing. Okay. So now we have claimed this listing. If we go back to profile messages, we see we have 3 alerts. We have a lot of messages. And if we click on J Smith, we see that he's claimed our listing. And that is the generic workflow to create an account, get set up on WorkHuntr, and contact other users to talk about potential listings, potential signing up for listings, or work on listings. That's all. Thank you.
My name is Justin Hill. I'm part of the WorkHuntr team, and I'm going to show you our listings section. So here I'm a huntee. I can create listings. I can modify my listing. I can delete my listing. I can look at my description. I can view my in progress listings. I can look at my completed listings, and I can see the listings that I've already paid for. So here I'm going to create a test listing. I can just hit test, and I can put $1 all the way up to $999.99. And I can put a description, like I said, test listing. I can add some tags on it and make it where when someone searches for something specific, then it will come up. Okay, and it actually says your listing has been created. So I can see here, it's a test listing. I can modify it and I can delete it. And I'm gonna search, so I can search for tests because you can search by title. And I can also search by tags. Today I'm a Python developer and I want to find something dealing with Python. Then I can see these come up right here. I can modify it here and I can say test listing modified. And I can modify my listing and you can actually see that it is modified now. But I'm going to delete this listing and because I don't need it anymore, so I can go ahead and delete it. So now I'm going to show you from the Hunter side of it where you can claim listings and complete them. So now I'm in my Hunter account, so I can actually claim listings here. I can see the owners of them and I can message them by clicking on their names. So if I want more information, I can message them. I can look at the description. Well, I'm a database manager, so I'm going to claim this listing here. And it actually says it's been claimed and the owner has been notified. So I can actually see here that it's been claimed. So I send a message to him saying it's been claimed whenever I claim it. Say I don't really feel like doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and release it. So I can release it and it actually lets the huntee know that it has been released. So you can see here, has been returned to current listings. Okay, so whenever I claim this here, I'm gonna go ahead and claim it again. I can actually go through and I can look at the progress. So here I can actually say status and I can just hit started. I started on the project. Okay, and it'll actually update at the time that you update it. And you see, you can choose some pre-agreed upon milestones. You can say completed. You can do all kinds of things and you can update it just as I updated the starting one. And here you can actually see your other listings. So I could choose between the other listings that I've done before. So front-end developer. All right, so I completed that. Database developer. Okay, you can see that we've had some pre-agreed upon milestones and I went ahead and put those in for the huntee to see. And see, you can see it here that the status is updated, started, and these are my completed listings. So now I'm going to show you the payment issued. Okay, we're back as a huntee and we can actually issue the payment for the completed listing. So we can issue the payment here and we can put in some basic information because we're not accepting payment. This app is not connected to any backends for anything like that. And we can just put in some basic information here and we can issue payment right there. Okay, and then you can actually see that the payment has been issued to the hunter in the amount of $500. And it will actually send the hunter a message. And it will say receipt for front-end developer. And it will give them the listing number, the listing price, and everything like that. You can go down here and see that we have issued payment for 2 listings right here. And you can see the receipt for each one. So you can see the receipt here, and you can print the receipt if you actually want to print the receipt for your records. And that does it for the listing section. Thank you.